Hi, everybody. I'm Darryl Warren, and I just wanted to come on and introduce myself as some of you may not know me, and I wanted to give you my background, my reason for creating this group, and what I envision this group becoming. So I've been doing agility since 1989, 1990-ish. I think my first trial was in 1990. In USDA, I was running Cocker Spaniels, and my poor little 14-inch tall dogs were happened to jump 18 inches and do a 6'3" A-frame and go through a 17-inch tire. But I loved it. I had been doing conformation and obedience for years before that, and once I went to my first agility class, all those things took a back seat, and I started doing agility. And I've been doing agility pretty much nonstop since that point. So I've done USDA. I then started doing NADAC when it started up. I love NADAC. I love the flowing courses. I love gamblers. I spent a lot of time there doing that. When AKC started in 1995, I went to the very first trial here in the Northeast, Bayshore Dog Training Club, I believe it was, and ran my older Cocker Spaniel. I enjoyed the venue. I still do AKC. I also run ASCA. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of ASCA trials in the area. ASCA is a lot like NADAC, nice flowing courses. I love the gambler challenges. I don't get to compete in it a whole lot because I'm also a judge, and most of the time when there's a local trial, I'm either judging it or I'm away. So I'm hoping with my two young dogs to get to do that a little bit more, but I haven't been doing it much of late. I then branched off into DACNA, a venue which no longer exists, and shortly after that, in I believe it was 2009-ish or so, I discovered CPE. My first CPE trial ever was a trial that I hosted with my club as we converted from DACNA over to CPE. So I got to learn and play the game sort of with no advanced knowledge of how to do things. So I've been doing it since then. I'm a CP judge. I'm also an ASCA judge and an AKC judge. I'm a UKI judge. I've done some UKI as well. And actually my Aussies also competed in teacups. So I've pretty much done all the venues. I think there's good things and bad things with all the venues, but the venue that I choose to focus on with my dogs is CPE. I love the variety of games. I love the lower jump heights, which I think are great for the dogs' bodies, the lower A-frame. I don't need to pound my dogs, and with my judging schedule, I would never be successful in jumping them at the higher heights and doing the conditioning and things I need to do. So I really, really love the lower jump heights. I love the way the people in a CP trial support each other and cheer for each other. I just really, really enjoy CPE. So during the COVID shutdown, one of the things that I really liked that happened was as there weren't very many trials going on, several judges, including me, started posting some backyard training concepts. And I really enjoyed that. And I enjoyed offering something back to the community and seeing people using what I had posted and what others posted, and seeing the discussions on those courses. So I started noticing as I traveled around that there weren't a whole lot of places that were actually focusing on training the CPE games and strategies needed to be successful in CPE. Even clubs that do CPE, they seem to tend to focus on standard courses and the skills needed to do the contacts and such. Even within my own training location, they always had a standard course set up. They never trained snooker or jackpot or full house. or wild card or colors or jumpers even. They wanted to have contacts all the time. They wanted to run a standard course all the time. And they didn't push people to learn the skills needed to be successful, or even the rules to be successful in a CPE environment. And again, even within that same group, we have an instructor who's a great distance person. And I would love to take a class from her on jackpot. They don't offer one with her. She teaches a regular agility class, trying to teach me how to run my dogs in a way that she doesn't run her dogs. And I just found that strange and odd. So as I traveled around and started seeing this, I thought, wow, maybe we need something that focuses us on training for CPE. And again, I'm not bashing that club, by the way. I see this everywhere. When you finish a trial, you often see them immediately changing the course to set up a standard ring, you know, with your 3 contacts and your weep holes, and it's 12 weep holes, and it's pretty much a standard agility course that they're going to train on. There are some exceptions, but most places that's what happens. So I thought it'd be great to come up with a community where we work on the skills that we need and the games that we play in CPE, covering the rules of things like jackpot and snooker, strategies to be successful in those games and full house, working your discriminations for wild card and colors, all the things that are unique to CPE. So I'm hoping to sort of take that backyard training that we were doing and kick it up to a new level so that people can come to the page, and first of all, judges that wish to can share their courses and maybe some feedback on how things were handled and what they expected and what didn't happen or did happen. Maybe some handler did a great job on a jackpot with some unique strategy. And the judge or the handler could share that and how they train that so that all of us could benefit from learning that. In addition, we could, of course, then post sequences that could be set up in a smaller space so that people could train on their own for those CPE skills, or even take a whole course if they're a training person for a club and set up that and build a class around teaching the skills needed for that class. I love snooker. Snooker takes a lot of strategy. It takes a lot of specialized skills. It is Vader's favorite class. That's Vader. I think you can see him on there. That's Vader. Snooker is his favorite. He managed to get a 51 in snooker at every nationals that we were fortunate enough to go to. He loves that. He's also a very good jackpot dog, although I don't think we've gotten any of the nationals jackpots with him. I did get a nationals jackpot with one of my other dogs in New York, but clearly I need to work on those skills. So anyways, I just thought it would be a great place to be able to bring things up. Maybe we can have some guest interviews with handlers. Maybe some handler gets the jackpot at nationals, and maybe we can have a chat and talk, find out how they train the skills that they were successful at nationals. People can come here and post questions about rules and about how they would handle a sequence. So I'm looking for people to participate so that we can all learn together to do this. So that's sort of what I'm envisioning. This is my training space. So it is a smaller place. I don't have a whole lot of room. I don't have a whole lot of equipment. but this is where I will be doing my training. So my sequences will be set up to fit in this space, and I practice my snooker skills and my distance skills here. You can post something for your space. You can ask questions, perhaps take a sequence from a course that you have trouble with and post that sequence and ask for handling advice. I don't necessarily want you posting full courses unless you have that judge's permission. But a sequence from a course that you have a question of how you might train to handle it better, I think we could all learn from that and all become better handlers. It's not to promote your own training classes or to talk about a wonderful judge, other than the degree of how to handle a course or a sequence that a judge may have done. It's not necessarily the place to brag about your success, unless you do it in a way that you're expressing a skill that you've taught that you've now applied. Like, I really sucked at snooker, but we've done some online training in snooker, and these are the skills that I learned, and here I am out being successful. At that point, you can post a video of your run, share what skills you use, and inspire the rest of us to continue doing the same thing. So I'm rambling on. It's a long video, but I just wanted to give everybody an idea of what I envision this being and what I'm hoping we can do here. I really want this to be the go-to resource page for training for CPE. Whether you're a level 1 person just starting out, or you've got 5 Kates and 15 catches, whatever it is, you have something to offer or you have something to ask here. I want this to be a safe zone to do so, and for us to all help each other become better at the game we love. So a little bit about my pack. This is Maylee. She's a 2-year-old Aussie. She's the dog that I'm mainly training. This is her crazy sister, Devin, if I can find her here. Devin is digging a hole, being a naughty dog. I'm training her a little bit, and my wife Kristen is also training her. This is Abby, a 13-year-old golden retriever who's in the twilight of her agility career, still playing some Speedway. Of course, I mentioned Mr. Vader, my black Aussie. He is, I believe, going on 12 and still doing some stuff. And the one barking is his sister, Dicey, the spicy Dicey. So those are our pack. We have a 15-year-old that's in the house that's not choosing to come out today, so she gets to do what she wants. And yeah, so that's that. That's my pack. The dogs that I'll probably be training the most will be, of course, the Maylee and the Devin. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes and where it takes us. Have a good day.